And now it is indeed a pleasure to introduce Wallace Carter III from the class of 2008. Wallace is arguably one of the greatest athletes to walk the halls of Centerville High School. Being a four-sport athlete, it is nearly impossible to determine his best sport, for he excelled in every one of the sports he participated in. Whether he was on a field, a mat, or a track, he proved to everyone that hard work and heart are characteristics of a champion. Wallace was a four-year football participant for the Big Reds, lettering 3 of those 4 years. His gritty performance on the football field resulted in several records that still stand today. Wallace is currently 5th all-time in career rushing yards, 1,240. 2nd all-time in career rushing touchdowns, 29. 3rd in touchdowns scored in one season, 15. That was in that great year of 2007. And 4th in career solo tackles, 110. In addition, he was given several postseason honors. First team All-District linebacker in 07, and second team All-State linebacker for the Des Moines Register, also in 07, as well as being honored as a pick for the Iowa Newspaper Association football team in the fall of 07. In 2008, he represented the South Squad in the Iowa Shrine Bowl game, a game that features a group of Iowa's most talented pre-college football players. Former CHS head football coach and athletic director Jim Knott commented, and I quote, "If I had one word to describe Wallace as a football player, it would be physical. When he hit an opponent, the player went backwards quickly. He is, without a doubt, the most physical defensive player I coached in my 15 years as a head coach or assistant. He was part of a great senior class and was the cornerstone of our District 6 #1 rated defense in 2007. The really impressive thing about Wallace was that he was not just an all-state football player, he was also an all-state baseball player, a 2-time champion in the discus, and a state place winner in wrestling. I would say you would be hard-pressed to find a better all-around athlete in Centerville High School history," unquote from Jim Knott. Winter season found Wallace on the wrestling mat. He was a grappler all 4 of his years at Centerville High School and qualified for the state tournament his junior and senior years. He finished in 8th place at the state tournament in 07 and bettered himself to a 4th place finish in 08 to complete his senior season. Both years, Wallace competed in the 215-pound class. The state tournament was birth sealed his place as a first-team all-conference selection, and wrestling coach for the Centerville High School, Wallace's high school wrestling career stated, "Wallace's senior year, I changed his contact in my phone to 215-pound champ. Wallace would always smile when I would call him champ." Those comments from Kevin Cochran. "We believed in each other to this day, and I believe he was a champion even though he didn't stand on top of the podium. With Wallace's determination, work ethic, and drive to succeed, he'll always be on top." Again, that's from Kevin Cochran. Wallace was a thrower for the Big Red track team. He qualified for state 3 of his 4 years of high school in the discus, and his senior year he qualified in the shot put as well. His performance at the state tournament resulted in a state championship title in the discus in 2006, a 3rd place finish in 07, and another state championship title his senior year in 2008. Centerville throwers coach Brandon Clark stated, "Wallace loved competition. It didn't matter if he was at practice or at track meet. He was ready to compete at his best, with the best. I was honored to be witness to several memorable moments, such as his first state championship throw in the discus his sophomore year, throwing 187 feet 3.5 inches at the Ottumwa meet. That's 9th in the nation at the time and a CHS record. And winning a state championship in the discus again his senior year. He deserved all of the awards and honors he received. He worked hard in the ring and in the weight room. This hard work was exemplified his senior year, when in addition to his championship finish in the discus in 08, he also placed 6th in the shot put at the state meet. Wallace was all-conference, a 4-year starter for the Big Red baseball team. He was first-team all-conference selection 3 of the 4 years of his career. His freshman year, he ended the season with a batting average of .376 and led the team in RBIs, triples, and home runs. Wallace finished his sophomore season with a .382 batting average and led the team in doubles, triples, and home runs. Wallace continued to better himself at the plate his junior year. His batting average jumped to .429, and he led the team in RBIs and triples. He was also honored as a first-team Southeast District selection that year. Wallace completed his baseball career with an amazing senior season. He led the team with an impressive .551 batting average, as well as in runs, hits, and home runs. His outstanding performance on the field yielded several postseason honors. In addition to his all-conference and all-district recognition, he was chosen to the Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Team. Wallace was an Iowa Newspaper Associates 3A first-team selection and was named a Super Team All-State player. Wallace was a member of the 2008 State Championship Big Red baseball team and was responsible for hitting in the winning run in the first inning of the championship game. Coach Bill Huseman commented, and I quote, "It was an honor and a privilege to coach Wallace Carter. It is obvious by his stats that he was a great ball player, but he was also a leader on the field." Wallace was an important player for the Big Red baseball team from the moment he stepped on the field as a freshman. He was special to be around. Wallace went on to participate in college baseball and football at Missouri Western State University in St. Joseph. His dominance on the football field continued in his college career. Wallace was selected as a preseason All-American linebacker at the beginning of the 2013 season. He graduated in December 2013 with a degree in recreation management. Wallace is currently employed by a pharmaceutical firm that manufactures animal vaccines. He and his wife, Katie, reside in St. Joseph, Missouri. Wallace is the son of Lisa and Wallace Carter Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome back to Centerville High School, Wallace Carter III, a Hall of Fame member.
Brings back a lot of memories. It's incredible. I never actually really looked back until just now, and I can't believe it. Can't believe I'm the one who did it. But, I'm greatly honored here to have been inducted to the Hall of Fame right here before you guys, and I appreciate you guys being here. There's a lot of people I'd like to thank, but, I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to take up a whole lot of your guys' time. And I just want you to know, if we've ever crossed paths and had a conversation, that you guys have touched my life and made me who I am today. And then I'd like to thank you guys and let you guys know everybody bleeds red for a reason. And go Big Reds. Thank you.
That's a man of a few words, but let me tell you folks, if you watched him play, he did his talking on the athletic fields.